It's time to get a little less serious about wrestling. This is the Alternate Commentary Table with lifelong friends.
Notice your difference in size.
And lifelong wrestling fans.
Each is a very capable performer, and each is a little too clever to give the other boy much of an advantage.
Mitch Hontzias.
Credits himself with a lot of power.
And Dimitri Korolis.
So that he got all that power from drinking raw olive oil all through his youth.
Let's do it, bud.
Let's go. We're ready to go.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
Ding, ding, ding. You are listening to the Kings of the Pod.
What?
We'll get to that later. It's the Alternate Commentary Table brought to you by the McGuire on Wrestling podcast feed. Anywhere where you decide to stream your podcast, please subscribe to the channel. It is fantastic. You're going to get a lot of content that is top tier. And not because I'm saying it, but because I'm saying it. Here's the other couple things you got to do. Team MOW on the Facebook page. Join it. It's fun. It's great.
It's the best.
It really is.
It's the king of the pods.
What? Again, we'll get to all that.
Yeah.
Again, we'll get to it. You want to search for the merch? It's easy. McGuireShow.com. Yeah, read some bios. There's some good people there. But put in the search for the merch. There's a lot of good things happening. Speaking of good things happening, another congratulations for the whole McGuire on Wrestling familia, if you will. Los Dariquas. You know you love it. He does. He loves it.
He liked it.
He liked it a lot.
It was a good one.
We all liked it.
Hey.
Everyone liked it.
It was a good one.
But, yeah, we're spreading on the waves, a little more exposure. Heard the first show, went well, and it's only uphill from here.
I loved it. You know what? I found myself, there was something in the air. It must have been a little dust. I couldn't help myself. I was proud of the whole. All I kept thinking about was the great people of Lethbridge specifically, but mostly the surrounding areas as well. They're driving home going, you know, what am I going to listen to? A little something different.
Yeah.
Hey, what's this?
Excellent.
A little McGuire on Wrestling.
What'd you think of the new little commercial promo?
I liked it.
That was good.
I loved it.
That was
great.
really, it was great.
Nah, he's got it going on. Listen, as you're listening to this, by the time it's uploaded, the King of the Ring will be over, but it's actually happening right now. See, this is what happens when you get those shows overseas. You know, they're happening or they've happened. Just before we logged on, I looked. There was no announcements made. There was nothing. So let's quickly dive into it, Dimitri. Real quick, just a couple of matches, just for fun. For fun. A little King of the Ring action. We'll start with the men. You got a little Gunther taking on the RKO. Little last-second win there. I thought for sure your buddy there, how do you pronounce that guy?
The Chimichurri.
The Chimichurri. I thought Chimichurri and the Bloodline might have a little something to say, but it says something else. We'll get to that in a minute.
The Tasmanian Devil. Did he crawl out? Was that a crawl out?
I think he crawled out.
It was a crawl out.
It was a crawl out.
I'm not getting it.
Neither am I.
One day he's the Tasmanian Devil. Can't talk. He's like, right? I'm looking for Foghorn Leghorn somewhere in the background.
Right.
And then he's talking to the Heyman.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm liking the ending. I think they did a smart idea here with the Gunther and the RKO.
Yeah, me too. Look, Gunther's going to win. The writing's on the wall.
Oh, you think so?
Well, I see that knee injury.
Uh-huh.
I see the Randy Orton favoring the old knee.
Right.
Right? And I think it's... Listen. They took the IC title off.
Right.
We're staring at a new champion. We're staring at the future, at minimum, heavyweight champion in the Gunther.
That's true.
And so it's only fitting
that
he's King Gunther.
He's King Gunther. I like that idea. You know who I kind of just right before we get to it?
The Ring General. The King General.
Oh, the King General. What? I like that. What's up with the Jey Uso situation, though? You know, for weeks we've been saying, okay, you know, and Mike said it last week on the pod and a couple of before that, you don't always have to win to get on a heater to be put over. I think Jey Uso's got the best ring entrance right now going on, right?
Yeah.
The up and down and all that, and when the phones are on, and it looks really neat and cool, okay? Looks like you're in a nightclub. Looks like you're down in Vegas.
It's kind of like how we walk into places.
It's a lot like how we walk into places.
Uh-huh.
But Jey Uso just keeps losing. He just keeps losing, buddy. Like, there's got to come a point
write
where...
this down.
Sure.
Alternate scenario for later.
Okay.
I just thought of one.
Okay.
Just write down Jey Uso alternate scenario.
Done.
Sorry, guys. It's just how it goes.
That's how it is. On the fly. What's going on with the Jey? Like, what are they going to do with the Jey? I think the writing's on the wall with that as well. What do you think?
I think IC title.
No, I'm actually going the opposite. I think they said, let's give it a try. Let's see how you do one-on-one. You wanted this so bad. You deserve it. You were a tag team champ with your brother for a long time. But hey, Jay, let's call it what it is. You were at your best when this whole bloodline thing was going on. Now they attacked your brother. Roman's out for a little while. Why don't we get you coming back in and helping your bro out or something like that?
That could. Ooh.
I think it's something more like that because, dude, he's had his opportunities for the IC, the King of the Ring, and the heavyweight champion, and he's lost all three. Like, it's not heading that way. If I'm Jey Uso, I'm like, you know what? This one-on-one thing is not my thing.
Okay,
I'm a better tag guy.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe he could be speed champion.
Oh, man. You know what? The way he's going, they might as well just give it to him.
They might make a new belt for him.
Oh, boy.
Okay, I say IC title in terms of like that would be his crowning achievement to be like if he won something.
Sure.
But yeah, from a storyline perspective, where I see it going is another Civil War. I think Roman comes back.
Yeah.
He's got the Uso brothers with them. Right? They kind of reform again.
Something like that.
Because Solo Sikoa's got the Chattanooga and the Chimichurri.
That's right.
Okay? And
That's right.
he's able, they got 3 versus 3.
Right.
It works for a while. They could play it for a while. It's there.
I'm just saying.
It's there.
Sometimes you got to go back to what was working.
Fundamentals.
That's right.
Sticking to the basics.
It's it. That's all. Not everyone can shoot the 3-ball, guys. Sometimes you just got to be that mid-range jumper guy.
Self-rising dough is a thing, sure, but you need an oven.
That's all I'm saying. That's
need
all
the oven.
I'm saying. So, okay, RKO Gunther. You know what? I was thinking RKO because for a SummerSlam, a Cody Rhodes and a RKO could be that thing that helps Cody get over even more, even though I don't even think he's at the... okay, he finished his story. We all know how I feel about it. But you know what? Logan Paul, that's also on the docket right now. We'll get to that in a second. But right now, you say Gunther, I think it could be RKO. I think RKO is more of a fan favorite right now.
You think they'll give Orton the King of the Ring?
Because haven't they talked about it in the past, and I believe you're the one that said it, they were kind of pubbing like how many championships he's had, and wouldn't it be nice to get one more? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
I just think that could be in the cards.
And that's why we tune in.
That's it.
That's, God bless you, professional wrestling.
It is what it is, right? What about the Queen of the Ring? I like what you did, wrestling. I like what you did, WWE. You were listening to the pod. I said, if you're not going to have the Cargill taking on the Bianca, what are you guys doing? Because it doesn't make any sense. They said, hey, that makes sense. That makes sense. We got to get the Bianca out of the way. Of course she can't rack Nia Jax. It's a tough ask.
How strong is she?
Well, she's strong.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy ask.
Whoa.
But Nia Jax, I think, needs some flowers, man. I think it's time for her to get a little respect. You didn't give her the belts. You always got Becky Lynch running in her way and causing some havoc there. I think it's time for a little Nia Jax to get her some loving.
For me, when I think of the King and Queen of the Ring,
right?
When someone wins it, it's someone who has to have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, a little bit of sass, a little bit of. It's almost like it turns you heelish in a way because you can't be a good king or queen.
No,
I can't recall a good one.
Game of Thrones. Who do we keep talking about? Right?
You
didn't talk about the good king.
We saw what happened to Ned Stark.
Just saying.
We saw what happened to Ned Stark.
Saying.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, Jon Snow didn't get the throne.
What about the rise of Valkyria? How do you like it? She's, you talk about Carmelo Hayes.
I like what they did there.
Yeah,
I like what they did. Like sometimes it's good to introduce someone and go, and sometimes it's like, hey, you're gonna get used to this name for a long time.
Right
here it is in your face. At the end of the day, I got Nia Jax winning it. I wanted her to win it. I think she would carry that thing very, very well.
Nia Jax,
the Queen.
Yeah, the Queen. I think so.
But what if?
Yeah.
The real Queen comes back.
What?
How can you have 2 queens in the kingdom? Charlotte Flair.
That's called a
SummerSlam.
That's called a Full House.
What? And we're your court jesters on the alternate commentary table.
No, I think I like a Nia Jax RKO. I'm going to go with that scenario.
Okay.
I think you're more right because I hate to say this, but they probably will give one to the Raw and one to the SmackDown.
Well, that would be fitting.
Right? It makes more sense, I guess, on that end. But I still like the RKO idea. Because let's call it what it is. After the King of the Ring, the main event, you got the Cody Rhodes taking on the Logan Paul. And listen,
You're Cody Rhodes, the people's champion.
So yesterday I'm watching, and I just want you all to, I'm going to do this every week. I don't care. I don't care. Why? Because there's a person out there that loved how I talk about Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, and welcome to the pod.
That's right. Welcome to the pod. And I say one thing. Isn't it funny how you kind of like him a little bit more when he gets a little edgy? When he becomes a little heelish, if you will? Ooh. He's got a little bite. He's got a little angle. When he's not all goody two-shoes, I'm Cody Rhodes, I'm the greatest, my story's over, blah, blah, blah. But when he gets a little, I'm going to beat you pillar to post, Logan Paul. I'm going to make you realize how important being a wrestler full-time is. Kind of sticking up for all the people in the back that don't get the flowers like, Logan Paul does. I kind of like that a little. I like a little of that, Cody Rhodes.
What's happening.
I like a little of that, Cody Rhodes.
You know what's happening.
What do you got?
He's growing on you.
Oh, he's not growing at all.
He's growing.
All I like is just, you know what I like? That I'm right, that the goody two-shoes doesn't work.
Listen,
that's what I like.
Okay, we all know that. But you know what? All the goody two-shoes people went through this, Mitch. The Cenas did, the Hogans did, they all did. You need someone, those are hard boots to fill.
But Cena could rap.
Tell me right now.
He could rap.
Fine, fair.
He could rap.
Fair. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that the best segment of SmackDown was the L Rhodes.
Oh, listen.
Give it to me.
I agree.
Just say yes, Dimitri, and move on.
I do agree, and I'll say why.
So you're
because
a Cody Rhodes fan.
Because for the first time ever,
so you're a fan.
A referee actually found something in somebody's clothing.
That's right.
That is the first time ever of all the times, from doing the Dungeon Wrestling to watching Stampede Wrestling and the Cuban Assassin, for anybody that knows.
Wow.
And for WWE growing up, anytime I saw the old pat down, never once did I see a referee come out with anything. Yesterday was the finale. There's that referee, that was his story. He gets to go to the back and go, guys, I found the knuckle dusters.
I think they should hire WWE referees, or him specifically, for airport security.
Now you're onto something.
That's someone that I want checking customs.
That's a great idea.
That's who I want.
Now, with that being said, the Logan Paul today versus the Cody. What are you thinking? What are you liking?
Something's got to go on here. I think Cody Rhodes is going to win, or disqualification. There's something to be. You gotta work it in a way here where you're not burying your U.S. champ or your Universal champ.
Good point.
Right?
Yeah. You know what? I mean, I think we all know Cody. There's no way Cody loses the belt. It's like literally impossible.
But what if?
I
mean, Saudi Arabia, I hate to say it, has been full of somewhat surprises. And can we talk?
I mean,
Saudi Arabia, New Vegas here.
100%.
Like, you got the heavyweight boxing championships on one. By the way, GW Joe, would love that you love the boxing.
That's nice.
We got to get him on the sports show.
Yeah, we got to get him on the sports show.
As a conciliary.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Liaison.
That's right.
But yeah, they're taking over. It's great.
Okay, yeah, it's like Vegas 100% from an entertainment point of view, but it brings me to my next point. Weird you bring it up. So, how can I say this?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No conversation ever turned out well starting like that, but go on.
So I'm watching wrestling a little bit yesterday, and I'm noticing the ladies all wrestling, and I'm the first thing I notice is their attire. Now I know where they are and what it represents and what they have to do, and I respect that. But have we actually thought about how much work it goes in to be the woman like that fights in Saudi Arabia? That garment, that latex they're all putting on, A, doesn't look breathable, and B, looks exhausting just to put on.
Right.
Follow me on this.
Especially when you're in that kind of heat. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a sticky material.
That's a sticky material. And all I'm going to say is this, is that I respect their cultural ideas and they don't want that. Then maybe just don't have them there, because it's awkward for everybody. You know what I mean?
Wow,
it's awkward for everybody. Wow. I'm just saying. It's awkward. Buddy, the ladies are wearing some garments that are just
You know what?
lot.
You know what, Mitch? I got to say, I never noticed, and it doesn't bother me.
I'm just saying.
No, it doesn't bother me.
All I'm saying is, I want them to be there, but if they're not there as themselves, are they really there?
Wow.
I'm going to leave it there. I see what you're doing. He's getting upset. This is me.
No,
this is who I am. All right? I'm bringing out the hard facts.
Listen, Mitch, when I look past that,
yeah.
I to me, they're just a group of wrestling matches that happened yesterday. I don't think I saw what you saw.
Jade Cargill, her abs were literally poking out of the latex.
So hold on. What if they wore a bodysuit? Remember the Giant Gonzalez?
Yes.
Okay, what if they wore a bodysuit like that?
Of their own body.
Of their own body. Is that clothing or is that faux pas?
Listen to me when I say to you, that is the most brilliant idea I've ever heard in my life.
But, because it's like, hey.
And then everyone wins.
And then everyone wins.
Everybody.
It is what it is.
Sorry, this
So
is
if
what
they
she wears
say
to the ring.
then what if they put a bodysuit on of Cody Rhodes' body over their body?
That's a way to advertise.
Right.
Or since you guys are going down that route, Prime seems to be a big thing you guys are pushing. Everyone wears
They're
Prime
pushing
suits.
Prime.
Put the Prime
suits.
Prime suits. That's it. I'm just saying. All right. So one thing that the nets, you guys know me. I was perusing the nets.
He's a great peruser.
I was literally minding my own business. They're talking about tonight being the exposure or the opening or whatever you want to see, the grand start of the Wyatt family restart, the rebirth, if you will.
Right. What did McGuire call it? He called his episode the Howdy and Saudi.
Howdy and Saudi.
It, yeah.
So they're saying that it's going to
good.
start today, and I kind of like what they've been doing the last couple of weeks with the codes on the TV and all this other stuff, and the music just coming out of nowhere. However, this is the one thing I saw kind of a roster of who the people and the participants could be that are going to be part of this family. But the one person and it's Bo Dallas, the Howdy character that a lot of people are saying is going to start running this family. Is that the right guy, though? Because he didn't actually get it started when Bray was around. And so we don't know much about it, but we haven't seen this guy in a very long time anywhere.
Yeah.
So is he ready for this big leap? Because this is a big leap, man. He's trying to, with all respect, to take on his brother's demeanor to some degree.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, look, my take is that this is a make or break because I think he'll do well because it means something. Yeah. And it's passionate to him.
Of course.
So I think there's going to be, because the thing with Bray Wyatt is that dedication to that character is what makes actually any character.
Yeah.
And he was so in it that you knew that it was a character, kind of, but same as like The Undertaker, but you buy it.
Yeah.
So I can see him being passionate enough to make us buy this character. My thing is, guys, it's okay to have the same type of thing, like a Wyatt family. It's okay, but it's also okay to realize that it's different. Mm-hmm. Please do not show up trying to be The Fiend or Bray Wyatt or bringing it back. Move it forward.
Can I make one suggestion? A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about AEW and we were talking about the House of Black.
Right.
And Buddy. I don't see how Howdy is any better than Buddy. Can we maybe just change his name?
When you think of scary names,
Howdy is not one.
Howdy and Buddy, you're right.
Now, if Buddy came from AEW over, then I'm impressed because now I'm thinking about other stuff. You know what I mean? But Howdy. Oh, no, it's Howdy. Howdy's here.
Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy. Listen, I just don't.
You know what the House of Black?
Yeah.
Or anyway, you know what they're missing? Do you remember Pritchard? Remember Brother Love?
Yes.
If they had if they brought in a Brother Love type guy to manage the group, like he's their version of the Heyman,
right.
I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, sure.
This would be one of the greatest factions ever.
That guy had
and then
some
you can
high
name
blood
anyone.
Pressure. That guy's
Gary,
yeah,
Buddy, Howdy. Like you can name him whatever you want.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Dan, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and now it's Dan.
Dan, here comes Dan. Dan. Dude, I just don't get who's coming up with these names.
Nobody.
Nobody is right. Nobody's right. I need a name. Howdy. I need another one. Buddy. Come on, you guys. I
want that writer, and I want him in now. I don't care how much he wants to get.
I will. As much as I give the writers a hard time sometimes, I'm going to give them some credit on one thing, and it was on Monday Night Raw. I'm liking myself a little Bron Breakker.
Oh, yeah.
I'm liking what you do. You know what, again? You turn him into what he made him popular. When he was at NXT as the good guy, everyone's like, well, okay, it's a Steiner son, okay. Then he got a little edgy. Everyone's like, holy moly. Then you bring him into Raw. Okay. I don't know why. He seems more of a SmackDown guy to me, but he's on Raw. Fine.
I think he should be both.
Yes. And he murdered a guy on TV. We all watched it.
Yep.
And I like the whole thing. It's like, I should be in the King of the Ring. And he should have been. Why was he not part of the King of the Ring
See,
discussion?
I believe him. And I agree with this.
Yes.
And I am in this storyline now. And you want to know why he's the greatest thing right now?
Why?
In my power ranking, Bron Breakker may have the number one spot.
Ooh.
Do you want to know why?
Sure.
Because he's brought back the lost art of the jobber. We've sat here for weeks.
Yes.
And we've told you, enough with superstars fighting superstars all the time.
Yes.
It's like going to a wedding party and knowing that everyone slept with each other and then two people out of the lot got married. It's over. It's done. It's played. I'm not excited to be here. But you know what?
That's
you
right.
bring in some ringers.
Yeah.
You bring in some jobbers. And look where he is now. Okay? Look where he is now. I love it.
Yeah.
And you know what I love what they're doing with the jobber?
That he's beating up Ricochet? Oh, well, go on.
Sorry, yeah. I love that the jobbers they're bringing out are wearing jobber attire.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
You gotta be.
You can't wear nor it's like, yeah, this is
And they get no entrance. You're in the ring.
Yeah, just
you don't get an entrance. You're in the ring.
yes, cut the commercial. You stay there. Wait for him to come
But my
up.
music, I shoot
Shut
it all
up.
up. I got Bon Jovi. No, you're going to the front.
Yeah.
We didn't get his licensing. Go to the front.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Oh, you're halfway there. Now get into the ring. Okay? Enough. So Bron Breakker,
Yeah.
the whole art of the jobber. This thing's working for me.
Oh, it works.
And
well.
you know who I think needs to team up now?
Who's that?
You put Breakker
Yeah.
with a little Gable.
Oh.
And now you are just
Mama.
Now you're spoiling me.
You could have
now you're
something
giving me
there.
a 5-star all-inclusive resort with free access
Pardon?
to the excursions.
Get out of here.
That's it.
That could be something.
I'm saying.
I like what you're doing there. No,
all I
I
got.
think the Bron Breakker thing is great. I love it.
It is good.
Yeah, and keep going with it and let him beat up Ricochet, the 3-speed champion, whatever he is, and all that stuff. Yeah, get him after everybody. Get him. Go get. Now, here's a little thought.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you bring? Because the WWE is going to go. We can't control him. What do we do?
He's got
What do
that
we-
look in his face, you guys.
Go get Corbin. Oh, he's the only one that can stop him. I'm just saying. Go get Corbin.
Scrap NXT. Just scrap and
Go get Corbin.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
From there, we jump over to where? To where are we going? Yeah. Going to AEW. Why? Because they got everything. This week, they decided to pull out the kitchen sink. Kinda.
Or the flamethrower.
Well, that's where I'm going. They brought out a flamethrower, and Daddy was on a call. I'm not going to say what kind of call it was, but he was talking to the Tony Khan. What? Yeah, he was. I don't want to get into it. But that's kind of connections Daddy has. He was talking to the Tony Khan, and he put him on the spot. He said, hey, Tony, did you get a license for that thing? Tony didn't know what to say. He didn't want to indict himself. He didn't want to throw
Because
himself under the
McGuire
bus.
asks the real questions.
The hard-hitting questions. What'd you think of the flamethrower in Darby Allin? Allin.
Okay, first of all.
Yeah.
First of all, you know, yes,
Mm-hmm.
we've never seen it before. This was fantastic.
Yeah.
The only thing that I will say
Yeah.
is stick with the flamethrower.
Stick.
Like, don't let it go. Like, that's your new thing.
That's it.
Forget the skateboard to the ring
Yeah.
anymore. Not that he does it much anymore, but all I'm saying,
Or skateboard down with the flamethrower.
oh my,
Now you're on something.
what about a skateboard on flames with the flamethrower?
And if anybody's going to do it, it's him.
it's him.
It's him.
Now, here's one thing I want to see. I actually want to see one guy get Human Torched live on air. I think they could do it.
I don't think you're asking for much.
With bodysuits and science now, I
Yep.
think Darby Allin, he could at least flame a leg.
100%. Didn't he literally jump off the ropes and into glass?
Yeah.
So I'm just throwing this out there. If he brings the flamethrower out, who's to say it can't be used against him?
What if they do a Ring of Fire match where he uses the flamethrower?
He's that crazy
He's crazy.
that he'll do it.
He'll do it.
He will literally have third-degree burns, be in the ICU unit, and be like, I did it for you. I did it for wrestling.
I did it for the AEW. Yeah.
That's exactly it.
That's what it'll do.
That's what's going to happen.
Okay, it was unreal. Can we just talk about the whole EVP thing?
Yes,
guys,
of course.
You know what I realized?
Yeah.
I love me Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
I hate me the Undisputed Kingdom.
Yes.
All these factions are going by the wayside.
I don't know where they are.
Talent is just talent.
Yes.
And those EVPs and that whole angle and the Tony Khan now getting involved and the factions that's happening and just everything.
Yeah.
And you know what, AEW, people that work there, can you tuck in your shirts?
Yeah, like what? Is that much to ask? Like you're going to work.
Like, how many times does he have to say it? Tuck in your shirts.
Tuck it in. It's not a hard ask.
I love what they're doing with this.
Yeah.
This is a faction that's finally working.
Do you know what I actually liked as well? And maybe call me a little crazy and maybe I'm looking too far into it. I liked how Swerve was sitting at the desk. And they're like, oh, the champ is here. And the way they respected him, I'm like, oh, finally he's getting a little respect from the EVPs.
They're listening to the pod.
They're listening to the pod.
McGuire phoned Khan. They
He
had
said,
the conversation.
"Hey, did you hear
Oh, by the
this?"
way,
Right.
let me check it out. Listen to the pod. You're right. We got to respect the champ.
I liked it. And
I like the edge of this.
I was going to say, what's it with the champions and the edge? I'm telling you.
But he looks,
This
he
is what
goes,
it's
by the
gotta
way,
be."
hold my drink. I'm going to the ring.
Yeah, play my music.
This.
Yes, that's respect.
Play my music.
That's right.
And they're like, hey, play his music.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on.
Finally, a little respect for the Swerve. I want to finish this one off with the bloodbath that happened with the Malachi Black and the Adam Cole.
Oh, right.
What'd you
Little
think
much.
of that?
Little much.
So I got to be honest, man. First off, the same guy that holds down the button for the mute button or the swearing of the guys at AEW must be the same guy that holds the button for the blood. They're like, all right, all you got to do is tap it. Tap the button and it'll spray down. Yeah. If you hold it too long, it'll be much.
Don't hold the button.
Don't hold the button. Got it. He held the button down pretty hard. To me, buddy, I don't like that stuff. I gotta be honest. I thought it looks a little cheese, okay, and B, it's kind of. It was much. Yeah, I don't know what word I want to use here. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I like the idea of if it was like a little less, I think it was just a force of how much it was coming down. It looked so gross. And to me, it turned me off. I got to be honest.
Look, it was gross. And the thing is I don't, from the Malachi Black or House of Black perspective is one thing because they're like that eerie supernatural. The problem is the Copeland's got identity crisis.
Yes.
Are you rated R, because you're coming out as rated R superstar. Are you rated R superstar edge? Are you brood edge? Are you bouncing back and forth? Like, what's going on over here?
Yeah, we don't know.
I don't like, and that's the big miss. Like, why?
Is he the new Cactus Jack? / Mick Foley?
Did you just go in my brain,
I
take
did.
my idea, and come back out?
And I came back out with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did. Wow. I'm just saying. Okay. With that being said, last thing in the AEW, the MJF. The rumors are he signed. Rumors are he's coming back to AEW. He took the money. Quick question. Like it? Don't like? Little piece of you kind of wanted him to be at WWE? Just a little piece of you?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Do I like it?
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Okay.
He's not ready for WWE yet.
What?
He is, but they got to let the dust settle because they won't. He's got to be prime time. He's going to go to AEW.
Right.
Let me explain what's going to happen here. Okay? The MJF's going to go to AEW.
Right.
People are going to realize really fast.
Oh, yeah.
How much better he is than everybody.
Okay.
On the mic, in the ring, and all of it.
it.
And he's going to help turn that show into more production.
Right.
He's going to win the title.
Uh-huh. Again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
And at about that same time,
right,
someone else probably might be off of injury.
What? You think?
His old partner.
Yeah, they do need to kind of finish that story. Now, there's a story I'll watch.
Listen, AEW needs, if there's anything they figured out, they need MJF.
Yeah.
Or someone like that. Bad. And I'm sorry, guys, you know I love me my Osprey.
Yeah.
But you're doing the same thing.
Right.
You're diluting the guy. You're diluting him,
Yeah.
you're diluting him. He's now just coming out being super fly high week-to-week wrestler. I don't get the buzz with him. And you know what I noticed with the crowd?
What's that?
You know when he does his, it wasn't as loud.
No, well, that doesn't help that. I mean, Mike's, last week listening to Mike's show where they're going to do, 4 or 5 shows in somewhere in Texas. I'm sorry, I lost the name.
Yeah.
And it only holds 2,500 people, buddy. That's not good, man. That's really not good at all.
No,
I'm sorry.
it's not.
Like, listen, we do Dungeon Wrestling, 2,500 for our kind of shows. Yeah, we're knocking it out of the park then. You know what I mean? when you're this kind of size of entertainment, 2,500 is not something you guys should be promoting.
But for 5 shows.
That's what I mean. That is not something you guys should be promoting. And it kind of worries me. It's like, why are you guys doing one show? I can understand, maybe some scheduling conflicts. You had to use this venue for this, but to on purpose do it for 5 shows, it makes me wonder why.
Yeah.
Can
I say one more thing I liked about AEW?
Sure. Hey, please.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
The Jericho.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
He's coming back again.
I don't know how this guy does it. He's like the ex-girlfriend that just won't let me leave. That we keep dating.
I think we all know why.
Well, changing the name of the belt.
Right.
The way he's like, and thank you. And like just his whole... This
is why what I think he learned, Dimitri, and it's a really good point. He just realized I work alone. I can't have 5 guys trying to copy me or help me. It doesn't work. I have to be alone. I have to do my own thing.
Yeah.
I think that's
I agree.
all this. I think it's that simple.
He's back.
He's back, baby.
He's back in.
But you know what else is back? It's time for the alternate scenario.
Oh.
Here's my question. Or do you want to start with your question? You said Jey Uso.
Go ahead. Okay. I remembered it. So yeah.
Actually, you go first. Okay. Mine's kind of a harder one.
Okay. Alternate scenario.
Yeah.
Jey Uso's hand up and down.
Yeah.
Or Brian, I'll respect you.
Thank you.
Brian's yes up and down.
Hold on. I gotta admit, I'm liking the Jey Uso entrance way more. They got the lights down. Everyone understands. Get your phone on the flashlight and go. And it works. And it's, I like it better. The yes, to your point a minute ago, you're not in WWE anymore. That was a WWE thing. And you brought it over. It's a lot like the delete,
Right.
It worked and it was popular for this. Bringing it over and using it here, it works, but we all know where it came from. It's like when you steal somebody else's joke. That's the way I look at it.
Like Banya.
Yeah, Banya. Go ahead.
Tag me in. It's the yes.
Yeah.
Because he did it down the ring too.
Yeah.
And I like the level of cheese. There's a little cheese.
Cheese is the best.
You need a little cheese.
Here's my question.
Okay.
What, in the past, if you could bring back a character or a team that would work in today's wrestling, in any syndicate, what would you bring back?
Oh, what a great question. Okay, tag me in. I think from a team perspective, and we talked about it before,
right?
The Legion of Doom always works.
Oh.
Always works.
I went with the kind of an easy pick, and I want people to chime in and maybe write into MOW and let us know. I went with the NWO, and I thought to myself, NWO, DX today, even a Stone Cold today with the way the world is and, people's controversial views on things. I think that character and that storyline works today. Like, imagine NWO versus the Bloodline. Or a DX, you know what I mean?
You're spoiling us right now.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, would it work today? And I think it really would.
Could you imagine DX versus the EVPs?
There's a great one.
Like that would.
It's kind of like the corporate one with the Shane McMahon a little bit. But
exactly. But with those personas, spoil us.
Stop it.
Right. Okay. I like this one. I like this one a lot. Okay, we could go. You know what? Can we revisit this one?
We'll come back.
Yeah. Like, what would you bring back? What would you do?
Bring back?
What's old that could be new, and what's new that could be old?
I like that.
In a battle of the era.
Steel cage, barbed wire.
That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the King of the Pods.
Yeah.
McGuire on Wrestling, the alternate commentary table. We truly appreciate it. Again, don't forget to join the Facebook page, Team MOW. That's what you got to search. Speaking of search for the merch, McGuireShow.com. Congratulations to the growth of the podcast. It's great. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. And listen, we love this week to week, but we can only do it for so long. See you next week. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, Sunday, for McGuire Show as well. Love it.
Cha-cha.